guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Yes, I am finally saying those words, YouTube channel. So while you're here, just like, comment and subscribe. I'm not sure what side it went be on, but I'll get used to that. So I'm going to tell you guys about that one time I went missing according to a crazy ex. So this is basically like Crazy Ex Chronicles. So this happened like when I was like in my late teens. So sidebar, let me just tell y'all this, ladies or men or non-binary people, if you are in a toxic relationship at such a young age, it's not fun. That is not part of your learning experience. Learn through my stories. Skip over the part there and just move on with your life, because honestly, when you die young, that's when you're coming into adulthood and you're like learning about life. But honestly, the whole jealousy thing, the whole insecurities and all kind of thing, your partner just dip on your back, leave that. You don't need that at your young age. Like between 18 and 21, we don't do man stress or girl stress or non-binary stress, none of that. Okay, back to the story. And y'all gonna understand why I say that when I tell all the story, because little 18-year-old Jodine, or 19, can't remember, did not know that. So yes, basically this story setting happened when it had Jolly Roger coming to St. Vincent. Basically, for those who don't know, Jolly Roger is a boat that has like the latest parties according to Bajan Tube in Barbados. So they were like coming up for a night for the party in Vincy. Alright, so me and my ex-boo were going to this party. When we pull up on the dock, you know, he meets his friends, then we chatting. And as I was in a toxic relationship, obviously I was not seeing my friends. We literally live 10 minutes away from each other by car, and like 30 minutes if we're walking, if we're being honest. But we were not seeing each other. Like while we were there with his friends, I saw my friends from afar. And as it had been like so long since I've seen them, I was like, oh, my friends are over there coming back. Like, y'all go on, meet your friends them. And literally I was so submerged in conversation that I did not even look back. So yeah, so then basically the party starts. I got to the bar, and then the thing is that was like the mistake I made. I went to the bar there, and because it was a boat and it was smaller, Jodine said, okay, let me take 2 drinks. And let me tell the bartender specifically to make them strong, because Jodine lazy and Jodine ain't trying to go back and forth in the bar. Jodine just to give me 2 drinks very strong. I don't know what he mixed that with, but that was very strong. He obeyed my orders. So literally, I should have known that things would go south when I been there with my 2 cups stuck on each other, you know, boy. And like one of my friends saw me and they were like, Jodine, since when you drink so much? I was like, this ain't even a lot. It's actually one to finish and then the other, you know, after. That's what I thought. That did not go like that. That went straight to my brains. So yeah, you girl, the partying with your friends them as it's been so long. Then like all of a sudden my sister told me, she's like, oh Jodine, Bob. Yeah, so the ex named Bob. Let's say Bob for now. Oh, Jodine and Bob did just been there watching you. I was like, okay, now Bob business, Bob had eyes. So Bob could always watch me. But then the thing is, when I was there, you know, backing it up, dancing and thing, you had this guy behind me. But y'all know you had them guys there that literally just position themselves behind you, waiting for you to fling it back by accident so they could catch you wine. But not me. I know Bob there right there, so I ain't stupid. So it's like, I ain't gonna like rough you up until you move, because you ain't bothering me and you ain't dancing. So I did it dancing and things still. I see that little random guy still behind me. I was like, anyways, I'm continue living my life with my friends. Then I feel somebody grab onto my shoulder. Oh, I hope you go date your effing friends them. So then after I got released, and I just continued dancing because I was like, anyways, what was that about? So I continued dancing and dancing, enjoying my life, enjoying my nice little teenage life. So then after, you know, slow songs start to play, you know, every girl grab a man for this party. So I went to look for Bob. So when I go down to Bob now, I was like, hey Bob. He was like, we done. I was like, how did I just like barely come a party and found myself single? Which was not surprising in that relationship because I used to be single every 2 weeks. But anyways, so yes, and then Bob watched me in my face and was like, Jodine, you just spend the first hour and 15 minutes with your friend. I mean, you will come back to me. I was like, whoa. Then again, I was like 18, so like, even at this age, 24, that was not making sense to me. But then again, what made sense is that it was a toxic relationship. So yeah. So basically, yeah, Bob was like, yeah, Jodine, you're spending the first hour and 15 minutes with your friend them. No good date your friends them. You're dating your friends them from now on, you're not dating me. So guess what? 2 rum and coke in Jodine head. Jodine, they begging back. Jodine was like, Bob, no. My man. Bag cutting style pan Jody. No. You this, you that, you this, you that. All of that, y'all. Because I spent 1 hour and 15 minutes with my friends them. Does that even sound legal? It did not. But anyways, your girl did it. Trying for beg back Bob with her little drunk self. So yeah, so basically all that been happening, and then my friend Bob was like, yeah, you left me here by myself. Literally, like, Bob they here telling me, yeah, you left me here by myself, and Bob friends and they right behind you. I'm like, I didn't leave you by yourself. You've been literally in the vicinity of your friend. It's you. If you was stand up 10 steps in front of them or stand up 10 steps behind them, like, bro. So yeah, so then after my friends came downstairs, they see like we they beefing, and they were like, Jadine, yo, good vibes, bro. Let we go. I was like, now you telling me to leave my man? And they were like, Jadine, because they know me. They know I love to like have my little podcast with that little voice note feature. And they were like, Jadine, let we go. Like, can't you see this is not healthy? And I was like, I can't see, I'm blind. Whatever this song be. So yeah, so then they were like, okay, then Jadine, if you don't come with me, then don't even think about sending me voice notes tonight. So I was like, okay, I don't need y'all voice notes. Bye. So yeah, girl, they're begging back Bob. Bob finally said, no, we're breaking up. We done for good. I don't want to not for do it you again. I was like, okay. Well, I did not say okay. I was like, okay. I was like, well, you have to carry me home because you brought me here anyway. He was like, okay, go home. Next thing now, when I reached home, I had this male friend. Right, I had this male friend that saw the commotion and thing too, and I messaged me like as soon as I reached home. I was like, hey Jadine, you okay? Because you didn't look too good. Like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm not okay. Honestly, I was going through it, man. Not only because of Bob too, but just because my mental health was not top. So that explains why a little bit of alcohol had your girl basity. But yes, I was like, no, actually not okay. But I don't want to type that out. So then my friend was like, okay, bet tomorrow we come in and talk. Tomorrow is a Sunday, Judy, you have to work in the morning. That is saying too. Surely I've been cashing Monday to Sunday, and I've been getting $180 per week. So obviously my mental health was not good. Like, nothing was going good in my life. So yeah, so then I say, oh yeah, you know, I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to type it out. And he was like, okay, then we'll meet tomorrow. So I was like, okay, I mean, shit, I'm single. So why not? And then obviously, if I was not seeing my female friends, male friends did not exist in our relationship. I'm just saying that now. So yeah, so then I was like, okay, you know, well, tomorrow. Then he said, okay, well, I'll pick you up tomorrow morning. I don't remember dropping sleep, but I remember waking up. So then after when I shut my phone, I realized, I was like, wait, why tell him we're gonna meet up for talk? I was like, shit. But I was like, anyways, Buddha what talk to me. Friend him do what talk to me. And I went by my friend. Honestly, like, this is like, when I say this is my best male friend, this is my best male friend. And I feel like any other female friend that he had go say the same thing. Because this guy is so respectful. Literally, he listens. And he's literally like a perfect example of what a man should be. You know, like, just there for you. So yeah, they pour my heart out, talking about everything, like, literally. And that man did not judge me. He did not judge me. He just listened to me. So yeah, so like, I did it. I got fed, pulled my heart up, big therapy session, and I felt good after. I felt good talking about it, catching up with a friend that I basically lost because of that toxic relationship. But yeah. Then, you know, it was the end of the day. You know, I thanked him so much for listening because everybody had abandoned me. I had nobody to talk to. I mean, it wasn't really that big of a deal, like, yeah, man, breaking up with you. But as I say, it was not a good time, man. Like, it was a really good therapy session. And then basically the day had ended. You know, I see it was 5 o'clock. I was like, you know, let me just go home because I've been finished work 12 o'clock. And then yeah, so it's like when I see it was like 4 minutes to 5, I was like, yeah, let's wrap this up and then we go. Basically, you know, my friend dropped me home. I thank them so much for listening to me. Like, I was a mess, but they were there, and I'm always appreciative of any friend or any person that's there for me. So then now I bust in like the house now. I see mommy watch me like if she see her go. She was like, Jadine, where you been? I was like, I be my friend. Jadine, everybody looking all over for you. I was like, who's everybody and why? So then I take off my phone off of airplane mode. I see like 100 messages, missed call. So then after, like, I messaged my sister, I was like, I replied to she, I was like, I'm home. She called me right after. It was either she or Bob called me, don't really matter. So then after, she was like, oh, Judy, where you there? I was like, are they home? She's like, yo, where you be? We'll be looking for you all over. I was like, why? Like, why was everybody looking for me? So then after, She's like, oh, we. I was like, who's we? So then after that's when I realized Bob and she literally circling the whole country for look for me. So then when she come in the kitchen, she's like, yo, where you been all the time? Like, everybody looking for you. Bob tell me that you missing all kind of thing. I was like, but why Bob go do that? So I just go up and tell Bob, I was like, what happened? He's like, oh yeah, nobody getting on to you. Whatever will take something be wrong. I was like, yeah, but you tell me you want to talk to me with that we like you want to talk to me we break up. So I was like, yeah, you know, I'm good. I was by my aunt. So I was like, you know what, you could just pass back and we could talk about it later because, you know, it's like a little stressful, everything that's going on right now. So then after I got on stage, Julie was like, yo, what happened? We literally go all over. We call all your co-workers for ask where you been. And they say, you leave work 12 o'clock and they see you since. So I was like, great. So even my co-workers them know I've been missing. Like, this was so excessive in my opinion. I mean, like, it was good to know that if something genuinely did happen to me, then I would have had like people looking out for me. But in that case, it was really not the case. You catch? Like, it was not that deep. But hey, that was just wild to me. So yeah, so they're like, yeah, we call all the co-workers. So I even see messages from my co-workers asking Jillian, your family messaging we for ask with it. I was like, what is going on? So then after I messaged my group chat and because they be asking too what this, so I was like, I'm home, and they were like, you know what, Jillian, I'll wait right now. So then my friends pulled up and then they were like, oh my god, Jillian, oh, hugging me and shit, like if I was dead or genuinely missing. So then I was like, bro, I don't even know how to like process what's going on right now. I was like, what is going on? They were like, yeah, Bob called me and tell me that and asked you we did. Bob actually think he be hiding out by us or something. And like, that's when we realized like nobody could have gone to you, so we think he be missing. I was like literally everybody who talking right now tell me they don't want to talk to me. So how all they reach by my house. So then they were like, yeah, we've been looking all over for you. So then I tell them everything that happened, like what happened the night before, like when they abandoned me, I tell me to send them the voice note. I tell them like the after effect and everything that happened. And they were like, yeah, that's wild, that nigga crazy, and all kind of thing. And then time for meet the beast. Yeah, so then after they messaged Bob, and I was like, hey, you know, you could pass them if you want. Bob passed by and Bob was like, oh, what happened? Oh, you know, I cried. I asked my friends them I cried. I thought it was because of me. I thought you'd been dead or something. I've been blaming myself. And I was just there like, actually summarize what actually happened like in between like that space. And I'm just there like, make it make sense. How is it you feel bad because I'm missing, but you ain't being feel bad when you been literally like spitting fire? Make it make sense. I would tell you about them crazy toxic people and like them they walk though why you get run over by a bus if it's not them running you over. He asked what way been. I was like, oh, I'll be my auntie, like, and I've been panicking because I was like, this is so crazy for find out, like, because then obviously if I tell somebody, oh, I'll be by my male friend, you could be like, yeah, you know where you go by male friend for do, and no, I was with a respectful young man who respected women and who would genuinely not manipulate a situation when there is someone, a damsel in distress. So yeah, this relationship was so toxic. This nigga Haley used to literally go through all my messages, them like literally the group chat messages every single thing when I was sleeping. So yeah, he did find out obviously what happened. And yeah, he flipped out like in the worst way possible. That's the end of my story time. My other story times would just be about my experiences. I do have like one most like relationship type of story time, and that's one for the books. I would give y'all a sneak peek of what it's gonna be on Instagram, so look out at my stories for that. And then I would just like talk about my experience living in France, you know, things that I learned, life experiences, not just story times, but you know, like the moral of the story times. That's a nice one. But yeah, so thank you for watching this far. Like, comment, subscribe, and share to y'all friends. Let me know what y'all thought of the story. And don't forget, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary people, a relationship is not supposed to be hard, regardless of what people see. Like, know your worth and don't ever sell yourself short. One thing that I would tell people, like closing off this story time, is you might be a 2 or feel like a 2 in your country, but just know when you move to another country, you could be a 0 or you could be a 10. So yeah, don't let nobody puppy show you. Thank you so much for watching. See y'all next time.